Hi foodies, I'm back again today with some comfort food. I did some shepherd's pie because listen, it is cold outside, all right? Let's get started. I'm using some lamb. If you can't find lamb, use beef, okay? Use what you can find. I just added some steak seasoning. That is it. I was hungry. I wanted to keep it simple. Just steak seasoning. You can use lamb seasoning or meat seasoning, could be beef seasoning, all right? And then I just browned it in a pot with a little bit of oil. Okay, so there's oil in there, and then you just want to make sure you break up the meat. It's just like you're cooking ground beef. All right, just loosen that up and keep stirring until there's no trace of pink or red. Right, then I added some diced onions. And this might not be a traditional addition, but I wanted just a little bit of bell pepper in there, so I added some diced red bell peppers. Of course, minced garlic goes in as well, and just continue to stir these until they are fragrant, right? Next thing I added was tomato paste. This is some Worcestershire sauce that's going to add some flavor to this. And all you're really doing is just, combining everything over medium heat. To help thicken up the gravy, we're going to be adding flour, right? So sprinkle in some flour and give that a stir. As usual for shepherd's pie, we use mixed veg. You can use the canned one or the frozen one. I have frozen corn, peas, and carrots. So I'm just adding it right here. Then add some broth. It can be beef broth or veggie broth. If chicken is what you have, use it. Okay. Then I added some minced green onions and thyme, fresh thyme, along with some minced rosemary. And the rosemary is fresh as well. I really prefer the taste of fresh herbs. I'm not saying you can't use dry ones, but I just appreciate those more. Go ahead and put on that lid and let it simmer because, of course, we need the frozen veg to melt and everything to just come together nicely. If it dries out by accident, just add a little more broth. Make sure you taste it. Add some more seasoning if you need to. You could add some garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. You could add some more of the steak seasoning or beef seasoning. Just remember to taste. After I tasted this, I just wanted a little something something, so I added Grace fish and meat sauce. Definitely a favorite in my kitchen. It's not a traditional shepherd's pie addition, but I love it. Okay, so I added some in there. All right, and just leave that on the stove. Make sure you cook your potatoes, all right? So for the potatoes, I just added some diced potatoes in cold water with salt, and then I just boil it. That's it. Very simple, okay? Then go ahead and mash it. You can use your ricer. I do have one, but honestly, guys, I just couldn't bother searching for that ricer, so I just use the potato masher. You just mash it as best as you can, all right? And then add a butter. I also added some flavor to this. I went into it some garlic powder, onion powder, a little nutmeg, and black pepper. I did add some milk, and usually I'd put in some egg yolks, but for some reason I forgot to put in the egg yolks, guys. So I just added the milk. I'm just combining everything, and I would have added some whisked egg yolks right here, but I forgot. So I had to make up for that in the end, which I'll show you what I did. Because the egg yolks, they add some richness to the flavor and color as well. When it comes to cheese for your shepherd's pie, you could use Parmesan cheese or, use what you love. I just added some mozzarella and cheddar, right? But of course, you could use just Parmesan, use whatever cheese you love, all right? So once it's nice and smooth, we are good to go. Look at how soft that is. So you're just gonna get your baking dish, add the meat mixture. I used lamb. If you use your beef, you'd be putting it right here, right? And after you spread that out, you're gonna put the potato right on top, right? Go ahead and spread that out, and you can do whatever design you want. One of the easiest ones is just using your fork to just create those lines. You want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, because we're going to be putting this in the oven. Now remember, guys, I said I forgot the eggs, right? I put this in the oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Before that 20 minutes was up, I was like, oh wait, I didn't put on the egg wash. So I had to take it out of the oven, brush on my egg wash just to give it a little color, right? So I brushed on the egg. There's some beaten egg. And then I put it back in the oven. So 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes, or until it's bubbly and golden on top and around the edges. And turn on your broiler if you want to. Okay, that's it. All right. So what I love about the shepherd's pie is that the edges and the top are a little firmer, and then underneath it's just pillowy and just soft. The potato is flavorful, and then that lamb mixture is even more flavorful. It's really good, guys. If you've had shepherd's pie before, you know how comforting this meal can be. You could also make this vegetarian by, using your meat substitutes. So instead of the lamb or beef, you could use something else. But guys, this is so delicious and just gives you that nice warm, fuzzy feeling in your belly when it's freezing outside. Most people have their own recipe for this because it's so simple and so popular. Give my recipe a try. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.